My favorite plants of January! Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is Rose, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm so excited to share my favorite plants of January with you. It is the last day of the month. I kind of forgot about this video series, but I really enjoy making it, so let's get started. The first plant I want to show you may not look like much. This is one of my Luna propagations. Luna used to be my half-moon variegated Monstera until she wasn't anymore. I took cuttings and I sold most of them, but a few of them, they had no interest, so I kept them. And they did not do anything since I sold them, I think in fall last year. But now that they're back in my house, they're getting the south-facing sun that they're used to from before. And you can see there's a huge growth point. I am so excited to see what this looks like. Of course, I don't expect it to be half moon, but I'm excited for new growth and new variegated leaves. The next plant I want to show you is this one. It is actually new in my collection. I found it in the plant shop tour, if you haven't seen it, of Intratuin Lisse. This is Alocasia azlanii. And it's a little bit hard to show you how beautiful it is. Here you can see how dark it is, and then the lime, I think is the better word, the bright colored edge along all of the leaves. But what you don't really see is how purple the leaves are if you have them in a different light setting. This one I moved straight to semi-hydro. If you want to try that, you can use my code with Soil Ninja, plant with Rose for a discount. You can see the roots over here. And usually a plant gets quite a lot of shock from being moved from their soil to semi-hydro. But this one seems to not mind it so much. Because look, there is a new growth point already. This baby is unstoppable. I'm very excited to see how it goes. I owned it before, but that one sadly is no longer alive. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with how my Alocasia are doing at the moment. Although several of them also look more like this. No leaves left, and that can be normal with Alocasia. They can go into winter dormancy as long as the stems are still firm. I'm waiting this out. This used to be, or it still is, my Alocasia watsoniana. Crispy as balls now. Next is one in my big terrarium, Begonia goegoensis. I love this begonia so much. It is so beautiful. I actually should take some cuttings so I can grow it outside of the terrarium as well. It was a little bit sad, struggling. It did not have any leaves left. And now it has plenty of leaves and it's just looking so beautiful in there with all the other beautiful plants at the bottom of the terrarium as well. It is just one of my favorite places to look at the moment. Then another plant that might not look like much right now. This is a food container with a little bit of plastic. This plant used to live in my terrarium until I noticed that it had 0 roots left. It is a Labisia. Can you see it here? And I didn't know what to do with sad Labisia. I did see it had a lot of roots along the stem, so I decided to lay it flat in a food container and, ooh, cute dogs. And not think about it anymore. And because this was not home with me for a long time with the renovation, it actually is now growing in 2 different spaces, and I'm so excited to see that. First off is the top growth that is now having... Oh, the dog did a poo in front of my house. Nice, at least she's cleaning it up. This is new growth over here. Very, very cute. And then I cut the stem into 2 pieces, because why not? I like to experiment. And this is also growth. It's very, very small, but it's growing, and I love it. It's teaching me a lot to propagate these. I've said that before. If you don't know a certain species, it's very useful to propagate it and try out different methods of creating more plants so that you feel more confident in growing them. I should probably somehow pot these back into normal pots because all the roots are exposed over here, but I don't know yet what I'm gonna do with it. Because if I plant this in the terrarium, it's just gonna disappear underneath all the other plants. So maybe it should go in a pot for now so that it can grow a little bit taller and then it can go back in the terrarium. Let me know what you think about that. Then I want to show you another plant in a terrarium, but in my small mini terrarium this time. This is my Philodendron domesticum variegated. that I've grown out since the summer of 2022, and it just kept growing white leaves, or yellow leaves really, fully variegated leaves. That of course is not a sustainable way for a plant to grow. So I cut it back again a while ago, and look at it now. It has a kind of half moon leaf. It has a perfectly healthy balance of green and yellow. And I'm so happy to see this because it just looks so cute as well in this terrarium box. I know this plant, once it gets going in a healthy way with the green, it probably needs to be put in a different spot because these plants actually can get really, really big. And that's not gonna fit in my tiny terrarium. But that's okay, for now it can keep growing. Once it reaches the top, I will take it out and find it a better space. Then we have another Alocasia on the list, cause look at my baby jaclyn. I have had such struggle with Alocasia jaclyn, but this tiny corm that I took from one of my big plants that died has grown and just looks very cute. Although it's just one leaf for now, so I hope it's gonna make another one. It was fallen over, but I moved it into the new bathroom where hopefully it gets a little bit more humidity and stays happy. Because that's what I've learned from my plentiful failures of Alocasia. I used to say they don't need high humidity. Now I know they do need high humidity to thrive. Of course, I'm not talking about the Zebrinas and the Fridex. They are more, I think, happy in room conditions, but the smaller forms struggle in low humidity. So let's hope the bathroom brings the high humidity for this baby jaclyn. Then it's time for a Hoya. You may notice there's not many Hoya on the list this month. That is because, oh, there's a good bug on there. Hold on. Don't move it too much. Lots of my Hoya are struggling, dropping a ton of leaves. Even some are completely dead. They're gone from being in too cold a space during the renovation and not enough light. Lots of struggles. Oh, pests. I have some kind of very annoying little scale that I have now a prop box with good bugs to keep the good bugs hopefully doing their work, because this scale is very, very hard to get rid of. But that's enough negativity. This one actually did make it on the list. This is Hoya heuschkeliana variegata, and it kept going pretty well during the renovation, just very white. And what I love about this plant is that it can be so pink or even red, like this, on the new growth. It's a little bit hard to show you on this camera. I don't know why exactly, but there is new growth in here as well. Can you see the red dot? That is a new leaf. It's very, very small still, but having moved this now to a new spot with brighter light, immediately I see again why I love this Hoya. If you don't know, this is called sun stressing, and it is one of my favorite things. Isn't it so cute? Next up, we have Philodendron radiatum variegated, this little baby. And yes, I really do need to pot these plants up. There's plenty of roots. These are the plants that I got recently in, well, October, before the renovation, just before the renovation. And I chose this one for this month because look, there is a new point. It is growing a new leaf. I am very excited to see it. The other ones are mostly growing roots at the moment. I think they'll be a little bit happier when they get some more space. But the radiatum is growing a new leaf, so it deserves a spot on this month's list. Then we have another plant in the big terrarium, Anthurium queremalense. I found this plant during the event that I organized at the Bosrand, a garden center, which, by the way, I'm hoping to organize that event again, a plant meeting together. I saw it in their shop and I couldn't resist. It was 80 euros, which is very high for how much I normally spend on plants. And then after I bought it, several people messaged me saying that is a very tricky plant. It's very hard to keep happy. So I put it in the terrarium and crossed my fingers. It went so well. It's grown several new leaves for me, and especially this latest one is so big. It almost doesn't fit in the terrarium anymore. Luckily, I didn't actually plant it in the terrarium. I just put it in the pot inside the tank. So I could take it out and maybe put it in the new bathroom if it needs more space. But for now, it just looks so beautiful. The velvet, it's lighter green than most Anthurium that I own. And the size, just the sheer size of it is incredible. It does struggle with thrips a little bit, but that's okay. It's just something that I'm dealing with post-renovation. And then the last plant. Can you guess which one it is? It's Fairy! My beautiful, huge variegated monstera that I grew from a 1 node, one leaf cutting into this beautiful full pot. He is so heavy to lift up, but it's worth it to show you properly. He's been growing pretty well throughout the renovation stress. He lived with my family-in-law where it was a little bit too cold. So a lot of the white is currently browning, which is a little bit sad, but at the same time, we know that full white or full variegated parts can brown when conditions aren't ideal, and it is growing new leaves as well. It has grown new leaves during the renovation, so I'm just grateful that it still looks good. I really hope that once spring comes along and it's getting this nice light again and the nice warmer temperatures in my new insulated house, that it's gonna recover and continue growing as fast as he did before. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know which plants you like this month in the comments below. And subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, you can join my Patreon and YouTube membership for a monthly Zoom call and a private Discord chat. A big thank you to my patrons and YouTube members. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you are a YouTube member, don't forget to check the community tab. That's the only way I can directly communicate with you guys. So I put up posts just for the members. Thanks again so much. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!